Goku is out there on his own, trying to get the mook that wasted Krillin. Why aren't we doing anything? Hey guys, DB Rai here, and you just heard my really bad blonde launch impersonation. I do apologize. But why the launch impersonation? Well, we are finally getting back to what if launch train like Goku, another what if that I haven't touched on in quite some time. Not since part 3, which we pretty much left off right at the beginning of the King Piccolo saga, with Krillin being taken out by Tambourine and Goku taking the Dragon Radar from Bulma and chasing after him. So, without further ado, I'm going to continue straight from there. If you haven't checked out the rest of the series, I recommend you check it out. Which reminds me, I should probably make a playlist for that one, since this is now part 4. Whenever I go beyond part 3, I make a playlist. Alright. So, with Krillin taken out and the identity of his killer revealed, due to the crest of King Piccolo being left behind at the World Martial Arts Tournament, you know how Tambourine likes to spread terror by leaving the King Piccolo calling card. Yeah. And Goku is in hot pursuit and is after Tambourine. Now remember, Goku is stronger than he is in the original, than his original counterpart from the original timeline. And that's thanks to, you know, him having Launch always with him, all their training sessions together. It was able to assure that Goku kept getting stronger. So the battle with Tambourine, ultimately it does end the same, with Goku losing the first fight. However, it wasn't as easy a first fight as it was in the original. In fact, Goku nearly killed Tambourine this first time around. And ultimately, as said, Tambourine still got the better of him, Tambourine being a fresh fighter, and Goku had used up most of his energy during the tournament. And, yeah. It pretty much ended the exact same way. Tambourine flying off, thinking that he's done a good job, and killing Goku. There goes 2 so-called fighters. King Piccolo will certainly be pleased. And well, just like before, he informs King Piccolo that he took down Krillin and of course took down Goku as well, after Pilaf, you know, revealed his picture. What? You took down Goku? The guy who's been causing me trouble all this time? Pilaf just couldn't believe it. Mine shall equally as surprised. But yes. Sire, perhaps it was a good idea that we allied ourselves with these guys. Yeah, but I'm not sure, Emperor. They don't exactly look like the friendliest bunch. I said silence, I am Emperor Pilaf. I know what I'm doing. And well, Pilaf, of course, wanting to bargain for his swampland, helping Piccolo finding the Dragon Balls, and of course, King Piccolo decides to spawn another offspring. That would be Symbol, whose sole purpose is, well, hunting Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, Tambourine would have a new mission, going around and exterminating the martial artists, which pretty much goes on like it does in the original. And, everyone fearing for Goku's safety, and pretty much most of them assuming that he's dead. Launch, on the other hand, holds on to a very high hope that Goku's alive. After all, she knows the boy really well, and has been there for him, you know, thick and thin with him through most of his adventures. Through the Red Ribbon Army, and they trained the last 3 years of the tournament together. They both travelled the world together. It'll take a lot more to take down Goku. And well, she is right, because Goku has woken up from his beating from Tambourine, and of course is hungry, and much like in the original, steals Yajirobe's fish and meets him, and pretty much a lot of the King Piccolo saga plays out per normal from that point, with ultimately Yajirobe destroying Symbol, and ultimately Goku getting his revenge on Tambourine, however, a lot quicker than what he does in the original. He was pretty much down, Tambourine was pretty much down and out, one hit, and Yajirobe actually got to eat Tambourine this time. Goku didn't blast him away with the Kamehameha, he didn't need to. That little bit of a beating did give Goku a bit of a Zenkai boost, boosting him even further. Oops, sorry. Stupid thing. Well, I'm going off, worst possible time, say what? Where was I? Oh yeah, Tambourine being eaten by Yajirobe. So, with that, we then move on to King Piccolo showing up and ultimately challenging Goku. Meanwhile, Roshi and the guys have done their best to gather what Dragon Balls they can, with Launch tagging along as well. Yamcha, still too injured to move thanks to what Tien Shinhan did to him, but you got Tien, Chaozu, Launch, and Master Roshi all tagging along to find the Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, Goku versus King Piccolo, even though Goku is quite a bit stronger, he still doesn't quite measure up to King Piccolo. Only just, mind you, King Piccolo only just made it out. If he hadn't have hit that big blow that he ultimately did Goku in the original, King Piccolo might not have survived it. And, much like in the original, Goku's barely left alive, and Yajirobe is racing him to Korin's Tower, with the promise of a banquet in his honor when they arrive. Of course, that banquet being a bean. A bean buffet! And, well, with King Piccolo thinking that he had exterminated his enemy, time to set a course for the Dragon Balls. It would seem they have set a trap for me. They're hoping I will come down there and leave the Dragon Balls unguarded. And, well, much like in the original, King Piccolo swallows them, and, well, to stop Launch and Tien Shinhan from getting themselves killed, Roshi ultimately decides to, knock him out like he does to Tien Shinhan in the original, and, tells Chaozu to remain hidden. And, well, we know how that plays out for Master Roshi. It plays out exactly the same. Ultimately, him sacrificing himself in vain, trying to seal up King Piccolo with the Martha Bar, or Evil Containment Wave if you prefer. And, well, it's definitely not looking good for our heroes. The only thing they could do now is when Piccolo tries to summon the dragon, Tien Shinhan tries to get Chaozu to change the wish, make Piccolo disappear forever. And of course, we know how that ended too. So ultimately, King Piccolo's youth is restored, along with his frightening power, and now he is off to conquer the capital of Earth, King's Castle, and basically proclaim himself King of Earth. Now, meanwhile, Goku and Yajirobe had arrived at Korin's tower thanks to the help of Upa and his father. Bora, that's his name. I was trying to think of Upa's father there for a second. And, well, with Goku being restored, he is told the bad news that Master Roshi and Chaozu have been taken out as well, and that there is a way that Goku could be able to take on King Piccolo. And if Goku truly is willing to risk everything, and that is to take the Ultra Divine Water. And well, it's pretty much, in the manga, the water was pretty much presented to him. In the anime, of course, they actually had Goku go through an entire trial. So, just to keep the timeline going, Goku does indeed go through the trial and gets the Ultra Divine Water. Now, in the meantime, Tien and Launch have both mastered the Mafaba. They both witnessed it when Master Roshi tried to seal up Piccolo. So both of them were able to learn it. So we got two people who know the Mafaba. And, well, this actually, I think, will lead to quite an interesting final battle between King Piccolo and the heroes as they rush to confront the evil king who has since taken over King's Castle. As of now, I am your ruler now. I hereby declare this King Piccolo Day, and as the first day of my coronation, we are going to draw lots. If your section number is up, that city will be exterminated on Piccolo Day. It is Sector 28. That being West City. I'm pretty sure it was Section 28 that West City fell under. Either way. However, lucky for West City, Tien and Launch arrive on the scene, and, well, perhaps staging your public executions will actually discourage others for trying to defy me. Piccolo, of course, then creates his new offspring, Drum. Now, thanks to Tien Shinhan and Launch being there, the battle between them and Drum is a bit more even. It's not so one-sided where Tien's getting punched and thrashed by Drum the whole time, and then using the evil containment wave out of desperation. And, well, ultimately, Launch ends up knocked out by Drum, and Tien Shinhan gets desperate enough to try the Mafaba on Piccolo, only to have Drum take the hit for him, and King Piccolo destroying the jar, like he does in the original. Tien Shinhan is in pretty rough shape, but somehow not dead from using the Mafaba. I suppose could be his youth, or maybe the fact he didn't use up as much energy as Roshi, or simply has more energy to spare than what Roshi had. Bottom line is, it's not looking good for our heroes, but then, suddenly, Son Goku arrives just in time. Wow, Tien Shinhan, is that you? What are you doing here? Why does it look like I'm trying to stop Piccolo? And Goku, of course, notices Launch knocked out. You've hurt Launch too? You will pay for that, Piccolo! Oh, yes, I remember you. I thought I killed you. Oh, you're still alive. Well, I'm afraid you didn't do such a good job, did you? And, well, to everyone's surprise, Goku takes out Drum in one kick, and the battle between Goku and Piccolo begins with pretty much the first half of it playing out much like it does in the original. It's a pretty even show between these two warriors going at each other, but Goku is clearly the stronger of the two. He was already stronger in this timeline anyway, plus he's a bit more, so I guess you could say it's slightly more one-sided than Goku. Ah, did it again. Hang on. Stop this thing for good. Again, sorry guys. Now where was I? Oh yes. A bit more one-sided with Goku. Yeah, King Piccolo's not having a good day. His only chance is to take Tien Shinhan hostage like he does in the original and try weaken Goku that way. However, that doesn't work this time. But why, DB Rai? Goku's not going to sacrifice his friend. Well, just to clarify, Goku is a slightly different character than what he is in the original. He learnt a lot of street smarts from Launch, hanging out with Launch all these years, so he's a bit smarter. But that's not what saves him here. It's the fact that King Piccolo forgot all about Launch. And Launch basically struck Piccolo from behind, forcing him to let go of Tien. And Launch, now in her blood form, "Alright, Goku, let's take down this tree slug together." "You got it, Launch." And both of them double team King Piccolo, and there is nothing he can do about it. Facing Goku was bad enough. Now Launch is teaming up with him, and they've had time to perfect their team attacks over the years. Needless to say, King Piccolo is outmatched. And then Launch is powering up the Mafu Bar. The only thing King Piccolo can think to do now, before the wave hits him, is spit out another egg. Something containing life force, a very, very essence of him. If he gets trapped in that jar again, he's not going to survive it. And needless to say, he is pretty much swept up by the Mafu Bar, but not before that he gave birth to Piccolo Jr. And well, like that, King Piccolo, the original King Piccolo, is real sealed up in his jar, but there is the threat of Piccolo Jr., who is technically a part of him. They are part of each other. Bum, bum, bum. And well, the battle is won. Goku, hardly a scratch on him. Tien, Launch, and well, with Bulma, Yamcha's arrival, basically everyone had a bit of a reunion. Everyone was just happy to see that Goku was alive at least, and that ultimately the battle was over, victory was theirs. However, Goku wasn't quite ready to give up on Krillin and Master Roshi coming, and Chaozu and all the other martial artists coming back after the damage King Piccolo had done. So basically he was quite willing to go back to Korin's Tower with Yajirobe and just try and discuss with the Old Master if there's any way that we could bring them back. And unlike in the original, Goku takes his power pole again, and Launch is just piping up going, no way! You're not going anywhere without me, Goku! After everything that just happened and them worrying sick about him for all that time, yeah, Launch is not letting Goku out of her sight. So, Launch, Yajirobe and Goku are heading back to Korin's Tower. So Tien, do you really think Goku's gonna be able to bring back the others? Hey, if anyone can do it, it's definitely that kid. You said it. Yeah, you're right. We have nothing to worry about. And well, needless to say, Yajirobe, Launch, and Goku arrived to Korin and basically he's like, yeah, I've been thinking about that myself, kiddo. I suppose you're just gonna have to talk to the guy who created the Dragon Balls. You really? Someone created? Well, of course someone created them. They didn't just pop out of thin air, you know. Okay, well, where is this guy? The one I'm talking about is Kami, and he lives above this tower. So I could just take my Nimbus up there and fly? Nah, no good, kid. You try and fly that up there, any airplane or anything like that, the Guardian will just send it back down. The only way to get up there is of use of your power pole, kid. I hope you brought it. Yes, I did. Luckily, and well, Launch and Goku are both on their way up to the sanctuary or lookout in order to receive help from the Guardian of Earth to restore the Dragon Balls and undo everything King Piccolo had done. And of course, both of them were given a bell as proof that Korin actually sent them. And well, much like in the original, they had a bit of time, getting past Mr. Popo. Even with Launch helping out, they couldn't overtake Mr. Popo and get granted their audience with the Guardian. However, the Guardian was willing to speak to them anyway. After all, these are the two who defeated King Piccolo. And basically, as they got a look at him, they were surprised to see this old Namekian standing there, looking like King Piccolo. Goku goes to attack him, but Launch is actually the one quick enough to restrain him. Take a good look at him, Goku. That's not King Piccolo. Although he does look a lot like him when he was older, but remember, King Piccolo restored his youth with the Dragon Balls. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Ugh. Goku, you're such an idiot sometimes. And well, I already know why you're here, child. You wish me to restore Shenlong. Shenlong? The dragon. You wish to restore Krillin and all the others killed by King Piccolo and his minions. I admit, I was considering not reviving Shenron, but then I saw you and your friends. You guys have changed my mind. However, I must caution you to better look after your friends in the future. You got it, Kami. And I do this under the condition that both of you will train here for the next 3 years. What? How come? Well, you may have defeated King Piccolo, but I'm afraid he pulled off one last trick before you sealed him away again. He left a part of himself here on Earth, an exact reincarnation, if you would. Piccolo Jr. will challenge you at the World Martial Arts Tournament, and it's important you be ready for him. No doubt. Piccolo is no doubt searching for the jar to reclaim his other half. Or rather, the other part of him. We have to be ready for that eventuality. And well, under that circumstances, Launch and Goku agreed to train with Kami for the 3 years, and the dragon is restored and everyone is brought back, much like they are in the original. The dragon informing everyone that Goku and Launch will see them again at the next tournament. Which means Yamcha and Tien, and of course Krillin and Chaozu, are all nose to the grindstones, all getting prepared for the next tournament. And well, I think that's where we're going to leave things for right now. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this story? How are things going to go with Piccolo technically not being, complete? He's reincarnated, but a portion of his being is still trapped in that jar, the original King Piccolo. So, would this actually make Piccolo Jr. weaker in the tournament? Will he actually be weaker in this timeline? At least until he finds the rest of him, if he ever does. Or will he pretty much be the same? All this and more next time. I thought we'd do something different there anyway. I didn't want Piccolo taken out the same way. King Piccolo taken out the same way as in the original. So, all this and more next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time for more Dragon Ball content, more comic content, and any other content I pretty much do on this channel. Alright, catch you later.